where you at on like the Jake Paul, Logan Paul stuff? Like, were you rooting for Woodley when he fought Jake?
Oh yeah, I was rooting for Woodley. You know,
I'm always pro. Like, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like, especially Logan and Jake, like they're friends. But you know, my background's UFC,
right.
MMA, so I ride hard for those guys. Like, I'm still UFC alumni, so I don't want them to get embarrassed. So I always root for them.
Right.
I thought going to the fight, if Woodley came in with a different mindset than his previous like 5 fights and actually pulled the trigger, he's gonna fuck him up. But he kind of fought like he usually does. Like he kind of, waits and he's timid. It's like, bro, you got him. Go.
That's what I was telling everybody the whole time. Is like a lot of people say, oh, Woodley's going to get knocked out. There's no way he win this fight. I was like, Woodley is good at being patient.
Yep.
More of his problem is not getting started, not going, not being aggressive. Like, it's not like he's getting knocked out in fights. He'll sit back and defend and fend and not really be offensive. So I thought that this time he was going to sit back like he normally did, and then he was going to just like know that he can outbox this guy. You know, Jake, time of not boxing was going to catch up to him. And it kind of played out just like I thought it would, but Woodley waited too late to get started. You know,
he just didn't pull the trigger. Even when he rocked him, I was like, oh, now he's going to let loose. But I think for Woodley in that fight, like obviously getting the biggest bag he's ever got, he's like, all right, even if I lose this kid, I ain't becoming a meme like Nate Robinson. Like he might beat me, but I'm becoming a meme. So to me, he just never risks. And to get a knockout, you gotta take some risks, man. But he just never risked it. He's like, that's fine. He beats me in decision, but I ain't get knocked out like Askren or some of these other cats.
I think that was the biggest thing too, is that he wanted to win, but he wanted to not be a meme so much that he wasn't going to risk it at all. He wanted to take no risk.
Yeah, just didn't want, just calculated it and was like, nah, this ain't worth it.
And by the time he realized he had the boxing advantage or that he can like get it done, it was too late. And then Jake kind of let him know, like, hey, you come in crazy, then he kind of backed off again, So
I think it's fun though. I think there's a lane for it. I think it does stop once Jake loses. I think kind of this ride ends, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy for guys like Woodley, Ben Askren, because again, it's the biggest bag they've ever got. So like they're winning no matter what. Like people make fun of them, oh, you lost to Jake. They're walking away with whatever, 10, 15 million bucks.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I feel you, I would say for sure. And Woodley's been was he Strikeforce champ?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Strikeforce champ.
And then
UFC
lost the
champ.
belt to Nate, and then came to the UFC, won the UFC belt. Like Woodley's a beast.
Right. So like a guy, if anybody deserves, that's him. Ben Askren was a guy who traveled all over, was in Bellator. He came to the UFC and it was like, let's see how real this guy is.
Yep.
And he kind of had a little skid. He went like 1-2, could have went 0-3.
Yeah. The Robbie Lawler fight was dicey.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about somebody who really deserved it, definitely Woodley.
100%.
Askren was kind of like, what are you doing in this fight? He just had hip surgery or like, for sure. But it's like certain things, like, are you going to get that big embarrassment? Are you going to really put yourself in something just for the money if you really had no chance of competing? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do?
For Ben, and I think he'll say this, I'm not speaking on turn here. For him, he was just like, bro, I'm going to make millions of bucks. I'm not a boxer. I don't really give a shit. I'm barely going to train. I'm just going to get this bag and get out of here. People make fun of me anyways other than that. I don't give a shit. And then Woodley was like there to, win. It's just tough, man,
Yeah. I mean, that's the fine line right there. Like I said,